use your God power to get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. Chapter 2. The Meaning of Life. Your life. There have been a lot of books written on the meaning of life, and they address most topics that come to mind. However, this book is going to cover the meaning of your life, starting from your choice of a physical incarnation up until you reemerge back into the non-physical realm. Your entire experience is just that, an experience and nothing more. Think of it like a fantasy island, like the old TV show, where people have come to have a certain experience and the island magically creates all the elements to accommodate their every fantasy. Like the show, Fantasy Island, there is nothing to accomplish or that needs to be done. It is only about the experience while you are here. That is the essence of your life here on Earth. However, no matter what your planned experience or fantasy, there had to be a starting place that was appropriate to that experience. Point A to point B. When you came here to Earth, you came for the experience of being human in physical form. You came for the experience of the journey from your point A to your point B. Life is all about the journey, not the destination. When you go mountain climbing, you don't fly to the top of the mountain. You start at the bottom and experience the climb. When you go river rafting, you don't drive to the end because it's not about getting to the end. It's about floating down the river, which happens to come to an end at that point. It is always about the experience and the journey from your point A to your point B. Point B is not a destination. It's the end of the experience. It's not the place you want to be because it is the end and the journey is over. Every journey has an ideal starting point, A, which will result in the most enjoyable journey to a point B, which is never the objective, but only signifies that the journey has ended. What kind of equipment you take with you depends on what your planned experience is. If you are going mountain climbing, you will need different abilities and equipment than you would need to go river rafting. Your ideal point A for mountain climbing may be at the base of the mountain, while your ideal point A for snow skiing would be at the top of the mountain. When you were born, you arrived at your ideal point A. That was no accident, nor was it chance. Nothing in the universe can happen by accident or chance. It is impossible. However, it is possible for you to think that it was chance or an accident. That is your decision and your choice as to what you want to believe. Your point A includes the parents you chose, the financial conditions, your body type and health, your sex, your emotional and mental state of mind, the time in history, the country, the planet, the galaxy, and the three-dimensional universe that we all live in. All of this together created your perfect point A for your intended journey and life experience. You decided and chose every single one of these aspects of your new experience. More on that later. If your journey is to become fabulously wealthy, you wouldn't arrive as the heir of a multi-billionaire. That would be like arriving at the top of the mountain for a mountain climb. Instead, you would arrive at a place in time with the ability to accomplish your way to your point B. It's the journey and the experience that you're here to have. People who were born wealthy obviously have a different journey in mind. Their journey might be making a difference. But remember this: everything that you do is only for you and no one else. You are the center of the universe, and the world revolves around you. If you think otherwise, that is because of your immersion into an experience that is geared to seem very real and realistic. However, there is nothing going on in your world that you are not aware of, even if it is on a subconscious level. You only see and experience the world that you believe in. I didn't say the world that you like, but it is the world that you believe is real. If you think that there are really bad things going on in the world and dangers around every corner, then there are, for you. It's like the video game you choose. If you choose to play a war and crime video game, then in that game there are dangers and possible death around every corner. That is the game and the world you chose when you turned on that game. However, if you choose a different kind of game that is joyful, then you might find puppy dogs and bunny rabbits around every corner instead. As you will find out in the chapter called The Reality of Reality, two completely different realities can exist side by side in perfect harmony with each other. We are on a fantasy island where we can have the world we choose, and so can everyone else. The challenge: there is nothing that you have to get done while you are here. Everything here is only for your entertainment, enjoyment, and your experience. I could give you $1 million and ask you to give it to the most deserving and least likely person on earth to get it, but you won't be able to do it. I will warn you in advance that it can't be done. You would tell me, I'll take that challenge. So, you get on a plane and fly halfway around the world. Get in a Jeep with a couple of guides and drive for days into the wilderness until you reach the base of a very tall mountain that can only be climbed. So, you abandon the Jeeps and start climbing the mountain, cutting your way through the underbrush until you finally reach a small village at the top of the mountain. You go to the back of the village, to the most run-down home which still has dirt floors, and find a young man in the back room. You announce that you have found the most unlikely person to receive this money, and you excitedly hand over the money to him. Quite pleased with yourself, you arrive back in my office to announce your accomplishment. I start smiling and I tell you that despite your efforts, you have not accomplished anything special nor unusual. When you understand resonance, you will realize that the young man had been thinking about things getting better for him and receiving the help that he needed. He believed that it could work out for him one day in a big way. The only reason that you found him was because he was resonating with you and attracted you to him. He was attracting wealth to him anyway. If it hadn't been you, it would have been someone else. It would have worked out for him in some way sooner or later. No matter what you do, you can't help someone that doesn't have it coming to them. They are invisible. Even if you somehow find a person like that, something will happen to deprive them of the benefit you so desperately want to provide. You can only help those who are attracting the help. And since they are attracting the help anyway, even if it's not you, it will be someone else. The point of the story is to be sure that whatever you are doing it because you want to do it, and that you are enjoying the experience. In the example above, where you traveled across the world to help that young man, if you enjoyed the experience, it was a perfect symbiotic relationship. On the one hand, there was a person who wanted help, and on the other hand, there was a person who wanted to give help. That makes for a perfect experience. However, if it was a hardship on you to accomplish the journey because you felt that if you didn't do it, no one else would, think again. Everything is always working out in some way. Things have a way of evolving in the most unusual ways. Perhaps if you hadn't made the journey, the young man would have ended up moving to the big city, where he might have started a program to help people and attracted many millions of dollars more than what you gave him. Remember that we are not really physical. We are all energy, trying out a physical experience for the fun of it. We came from energy, and we will go back as energy and return again. This is a playground for non-physical beings that came to play and experience the physical. To get in the quote-unquote game, you enter the playground by being born, and you exit by dying.
Options. Now activating the next video, play options. One moment please. Click on the green arrow to start watching the next video. Or, click on the red arrow to start watching the prior video. Or, click on the tan arrow to go to the main course menu and guide, with links to all course chapters, excerpts, and special reports. Up next, special video options. Click on your choice of course videos, menus, and excerpts. Now switching to the special video options menu and activating the video selection buttons. Click on your selection number to start watching the video. "15 seconds till we switch to the next page with the free download information. Pause the video now if you need more time to review the available selections." This is the end of this course video. Its video number is listed above. To watch the next video, simply click on the next video in number sequence. Thank you.